If we're accomplishing goals, it can be satisfying. But if we're finding purpose, we're finding true fulfillment and happiness. It goes into a story that I wanted to tell today, and I think it'll be very good on an alchemical narrative to help us transform our minds, our hearts, and spirits into understanding what is truly important in life. The main thing that I feel has been the greatest inspiration for me on this journey is, for one, the service to others, and for two, the changing of the inner dimensions of myself and seeing myself go through transformations that are bringing me closer to the Creator. So, let's begin. There was a king, and this particular king had 3 sons. And out of these 3 sons, one of them was going to be the heir to the throne. But there was a test to see who would become the new king. The king had to put them through a test in order to see who was worthy of the throne. Now, the test was that the sons, all 3 of them get palaces. And with the palaces that they got, they only got about 3 shillings to decorate the palace. Now, 3 shillings would equate to a little bit under $3,000 in American money. But they have to decorate a whole mansion with $3,000. And that was the test, to see who would become king by the way of the decor on the palace, and the people would decide on who had the best decorations for the palace. Now, the first son, he went out and he got the walls painted his father's favorite color. His father's favorite color were on all the walls of the palace. And then he began to put certain lamps and shades and antiques furniture within the house. And he soon found that he didn't have much money left. But he had the idea that if he decorated his palace with his father's favorite color, some vintage furniture, it would look good, it would look the part, and people would approve of it. Especially his father, because of his father's favorite color. The second son, he decided to get an artist. And this artist painted murals of his father. So he got different pieces of art of his father's accomplishments, his father in different forms of self-images, headshots, on voyages, sitting on the throne. And he dedicated the palace with art of his father, because he wanted to show his appreciation for his father and show his father that he revered him. So that's what the second son did. Now the third son, he sat in meditation to silence his mind and to truly find what would be the best solution and the best way to please his father. Because he truly only just wanted to see his father smile. That was his main goal. That's what he had in his heart. So he sat in meditation, and then he got his answer. So the third son began to get candles, incense. And he lit the incense and he lit the candles all around the palace. And he cleaned up. He showed gratitude by cleaning the palace even more. He then went and got a sign with the money that he had left. And the sign said, House of Meditation for the People. So his son came out of meditation with this answer of, be a service to those who are a service to your father, which is the people who support, revere, and love the kingdom. So he made a sign that said, the house of meditation of the people. He then put the sign out in front of the palace, and people began to bring him the finest of carpets, the finest of furniture, lamps, art, chairs. They even brought him some of the finest pottery and molds to put into the palace. So then the people made their decision that the third son would be the heir to the throne. And then they asked him, they said, well, King's son, what made you open up this huge palace up to the people and make it a house of meditation for all of us to come? And the king's son replied, I stopped worrying about the renovation on the outside of the house, and I was more concerned with the renovation and decor on the inside of me. And that's when I got the answer: to service the people who are of service to my father. And that was what would make my father's heart smile. And the smiling of my father's heart will be the true heir to the throne, the inner throne, the only true throne that matters. And the people appreciated that son. And the people began to bring more gifts to him. And the son laid the gifts in the palace. And all those gifts were given back to the people, as the son gave the palace to the people anyway. Because he wasn't concerned with any materialistic gain. Not even him being on the throne after his father to be the next king. He was more concerned with being the king of the inner dimensions of himself, having rulership over his sovereign self, having control over his inner kingdom. Because he knew if he couldn't control his inner kingdom, there would be no way he would be continuing to control and to rule the outer kingdom when it was left to him by his father. So don't be so concerned with everything that's going on outside of you. Don't be so concerned with these people that got to have all these crystals and incense and sage burning on the outside of them before they meditate. And they got to make it look a certain way on the outside of them. They are concerned with everything on the outside of them while being less concerned with the inner. The inner world and the inner kingdom is the true kingdom. not only of the king, but of God.